it on Facebook?
Okay, right.
Yeah, is that right to do as a teacher?
Okay. What you've got in the gas, what the gas is called methane. You all know that probably, you've heard the word before. Methane. When we put it as a chemical compound, methane is carbon and hydrogen, and it's got 4 hydrogens attached to the carbon. So the carbon is holding 4 hands, 1 with each of the hydrogens. So CH4 is methane. This gas is what's in your home, so there's no difference between the gas in the lab and the gas that you cook your dinner on. The reason it smells is because the companies that actually produce the methane put something in to make it smell. You know that nasty smell, people are like, oh, can you smell gas? The reason they do that is because if you didn't, you don't smell methane. You can't smell it. It doesn't have an odour. And that would make it very dangerous. Think about it. If there was a gas leak, nobody would know because you wouldn't smell it. So you could either 1, suffocate, or number 2, if you came in to the house, and let's say you were one of those silly people that still smokes, you'd come into the house, you wouldn't smell anything, you'd be none the wiser that your house was full of methane, and you'd light up, and that would be the end of you, and your house as well. Okay? So the companies put something to make it smell. Right, the thing about what we're doing here, which is called methane bubbles, you were putting your hands in the flame. You don't really put your hands in the flame because you're just moving through it, okay? And the reason is that your hand isn't in the flame. It's not getting that hot for long enough. If you left it there, it would burn, right? So when you do that, it's like, oh look, how can it's like, oh wow, how clever. look, how clever. Yeah, got over that one when I was about 3. But it's a boy thing. Anyway, so the only thing that we do when we're doing methane bubbles, because we put some washing up liquid in the water to help make the bubbles, each of the bubbles has got methane in it. So as soon as you put a flame to it, you see what you saw. Now, this is for a purpose, because the fairy liquid, you know what fairy liquid's like, when it's quite sticky. So we don't want to put too much in, but we need to put enough in to make bubbles. Okay. But what we do also need to do, especially when you think about it, you've all probably got, even though you probably can't see them, you've all got hairs on your arms.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And some people have hairy. You know there's a boy who's
There's a boy in my class. There was a boy in my class.
What we do is we make sure that there's a layer of water between us and whatever we're going to hold. That way, what will happen is if anything actually goes onto your arms, the flame, all it will do is dry the water off and not burn your arms. Okay, so that's the reason for doing that. Right, I'm quite happy for everybody to do it. However, sit down. What I will not have is idiots running around going, go and sit on the floor at the back of the room and go away and don't come near me. Right, we've got flames. We've got people moving around, we've got clothing, right? The one thing I will suggest when you do this is that you make sure that you've rolled your sleeves up or you've taken your jacket off, because that is a problem, right? So you make sure that your arms are wet, nice and naked. Oh good, boys, isn't that for a change? And make sure that you're okay with it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more in here. I'll put the gas on, not too quickly. Obviously, as soon as it starts to make bubbles, when there are some bubbles available, then you can pick them up, but your hands must be wet. I don't want any, if you're going to line up, can you line up by the water and then line?
I'm going to record it and then I'm going to do it, yeah?
I'm scared of fire lips.
Yeah, same Actually, when you come up, right, I'm going to record you, yeah?